Hi guys, it's Tim from Hobgoblin's Hideaway, bringing you a brand new CBCS unboxing video. Only a very small video today, but we've just had 5 comics come back from a press and clean promotion that they were running back in October. Yeah, it's taken 6 months to get the comics back. It's been a very long wait. Hopefully it's worth it. Basically what I wanted to do is see how CBCS graded their own pressing. I've used James. I've talked to you guys about James Gower many times. Fantastic presence in the UK. Always looks after your books. So I still wholly recommend going to James for any pressing needs that you might have. But obviously what I wanted to do is trial CBCS's service so I can then give you guys that advice whenever you are asking those questions. So I'd always rather know exactly what I've got in front of me, so I can then pass over that information to the best of my ability. I stand by what I've always said. CBCS grading, for me, taking 6 months to get them back, that's not on. That's not what I'm looking for at the moment. So as far as I'm concerned, I'll still keep using James. I'll still then keep submitting pressed comics to CBCS for just grading service. And that's how we'll keep that one going for now. Okay, so we've got lots going on this week. As you're all aware, we've just finished our latest CBCS submission. Those are going off this week, so you'll receive your invoices shortly. Anyone else that does want to get any books over for grading, should any other grading company have put up their prices recently and you're wanting to look for another opportunity now, it's perfect time to try 1 or 2 slabs with CBCS. By all means, get in contact to us. You've got our details on the group, so don't hesitate to give us a shout. Our new submission is now open for May, so anyone that wants to get any comics in, start shooting over messages or start getting your comics in, and we'll get those ones prepped for you. Hopefully you're all aware this coming Friday is our second live claim sale. We had an awesome time on the last one. It was a brilliant event, thoroughly enjoyable. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well, and there was plenty of nice comics for you to pick up. We've got even bigger and better comics featuring in this week's sale, so hopefully you'll join us. It's at 8 p.m. Sharp on Facebook Live via the Hobgoblins group. If you want a notification of the event, go into the event on the group right now and select either attending or maybe. You will then get a notification just before the event goes live telling you as a quick reminder. If you're not interested in the event, that's fine. If you do tick attending or maybe and you don't turn up, that's okay as well. It just gives you that reminder, guys, so it's well worth doing it. If you've got any comics that you want to see featured in the sale, please drop us a comment on the Facebook group in advance of the event. We got kind of tied up and waylaid, so to speak, during the event, where we got a lot of messages coming through looking for certain books. It makes it a slower process for us then to get more comics shown and out the door, or we can move those ones on and get to more relevant comics for you. So please keep the comments within the group where possible, so we can prep and make sure we've got the comics that you're looking for at the live event itself. Couple of signing events, obviously, that you should be aware of now that are in the group, guys. We've still got the Bob Layton signing event that's coming up around about July. You're more than welcome to still submit your books for that one. If you do need to get them cleaned and pressed, give James a shout pretty quickly. He may be able to fit you in, but the sooner you speak to him, the sooner the better, and you'll know what we can do. We've also got the Rob Liefeld one. That's going to be closing around mid-May, so you've only got a couple of weeks to get your books in for that. I've got loads of New Mutants number 98. We have separated them all for each person, and we're ready to get those ones gone as well. But if you do want to get any last minute books in, just give us a shout on that one as well, guys. Okay, so let's get straight into these graded comics then, guys. Like I said, they've all received a press and a clean via the CBCS service. None of these comics were perfect other than one. One of them was a brand new modern comic, my X-Men comic. That's the only one I'm expecting top grades for. There's a bit of a mix, a couple of signed comics in there as well. The majority of them, I'd say, had got either creasing or corner damage or quite heavy spine ticks and colour breaks across the cover. So there was a reason I picked these 5 to send them to CBCS. I wanted to see how they would grade their own comics. You know, it could be seen that a lot of companies would want to grade their comics as best as they possibly can to encourage the use of their service. 6 months turnaround, though, you know, even that on its own would put a kind of block in place for myself. I probably wouldn't use that service again unless I was completely desperate. So everything could still keep going back through James as we expected. Myself and James talked about this and what could happen to these comics as well in advance. So let's get stuck into the comics. There are only 5. There's a couple of really nice comics. The majority of them, in fact probably all of them, will be available on Friday as well. So you may well see some that you're interested in already. I'm not going to be divulging prices until the claim sale itself. I'm trying to be quite fair with these prices. I am getting a lot of requests for pricing when you're seeing the previews coming through, but I want to keep the pricing fair. We'll be revealing them on the night. So by all means, if you are interested in a comic, just keep your eyes open for it. If you've got any questions on the comic, by all means, you know, give me a shout and ask. Pricing wise, don't be asking. I'm not telling until Friday, guys. Okay. So the first one up. Okay, so that's my giant size X-Men #1. It's the tribute to Wayne and Cockrum. Beautiful Virgin variant cover as well. It's lovely artwork. I picked this one up from Forbidden Planet when it first got released. It kind of went under the radar quite a bit. It's a book that's grown a little bit. It's nothing too major, but it's just a really, really nice cover, in my opinion anyway. So, lovely one. This one, I'd be annoyed if it didn't come back a 9.6 or 9.8. As far as I could see, it was perfect when it first went off. Didn't really need a clean or a press, but I needed 5 books to go over anyway. So, I'd like to think we got a 9.8 on that one. Excellent. So, that one's kind of what I expected. That was my safe bet for the 5. I'm really happy. It's a beautiful cover. Really is a lovely cover. But I'm really pleased with that one. We'll have that one up probably in the event, guys, for you. Now we're into the unknown territories. I've honestly got no idea what some of these comics will be coming back at, or how well they've managed to kind of press or fix any of the defects. I have got images that I'll be putting into the video as well, so you'll be able to see the before and after shots and see where we are with that one. So we've got a copy of Watchmen 1, signed by Dave Gibbons. Beautiful cover. Suffers from a little bit of kind of wear and colour rub towards the staples. Front, the top and the bottom one. I can see spine ticks. I can see damage at the corner. So I'm not expecting perfect grades on any of these books, guys. I've got spine ticks on the back as well. But it's a Dave Gibbons signature on Watchmen 1, so I was more than happy about that. It will go into the live sale on Friday as well. So grade-wise, I've got no guesses on any of these, which is kind of the interesting and annoying thing at the point. But like I said, I'll show you the images so we can see where we came back. And an 8.5. So, like I said, I can see corner where I can see spine rub. I can see ticks on the front. I can see spine breaks on the back as well. So an 8.5, I'm happy with that one. Not too sure what they would have done or been able to fix on that one, but an 8.5, I'm pleased with that one, guys. That's Watchmen #1. That'll go into the show as well on Friday. Nice thick one. Elseworlds, I believe. Yeah, Elseworlds, the 80-page giant. Again, looking at the front cover, I can see a couple of spine ticks. Nowhere near as bad. It's a thick bound book, so it's sometimes a lot more difficult to damage these and to get those kind of spine ticks showing as badly as they do. The corner's got a very slight blunting to it. Same as down the bottom, it's got a colour break down the bottom as well. So it looks in a decent condition though, other than that. Beautiful book to own. It is the 80-page version, so we're always happy with that one. I believe it's the I believe it's the recalled. Yeah, it is the recalled issue with the infamous microwave image. Um, let's have a quick look at this one then, shall we? A 9.2. I'm really pleased with that one. Didn't expect any of these to kind of come back. Like I said, I've gone on about it already a couple of times. Didn't expect many of these to be coming back in the 9s at all. I can see a couple of the breaks, but they pressed it other than that quite well. Not too sure about a 9.2 on it. White pages. It is a direct edition. Like I said, it is the recalled microwave edition. But it's a lovely book and a nice 9.2, guys. Again, that'll be going straight into the sale on Friday for you. Got 2 other books left. I've got a Turtles and I've got a Star Wars book. So, okay, so we've got the Star Wars Kanan number 6. This again, like the others, has now had a nice tidy up, clean and a press. Looks like this one's been noted as the digital code sticker. The top part has been removed, so it may be that someone's then used the digital coding in this. It looks like, I'm guessing, being as that's been noted, it's also affected the grade as well. I can see a spine tick. I can see a very slight blunted corner, but this one looks pretty sharp, guys, to be honest. Looks a really, really nice condition one. So fingers crossed. Hot book at the moment, as usual, but fingers crossed this one's come back well. And a 9.4. So I'm really pleased with that one. I picked it up as a set, picked up the whole set raw. So a 9.4 for that one. I'm really pleased. This kind of started off the recent craze of Star Wars books with their prices starting to shoot up. So a 9.4, white pages, beautiful. Like I said, guys, if you've got any questions on these, you can by all means shout over. If you need to see images on them at all before the live event, I can do that as well. I just won't be disclosing prices in advance of the event. So that means we've only got 1 book left, so that should be our Turtles. It's a sketched, it's signed and remark copy as well. Got a nice Kevin Eastman remark, his standard kind of remark that he does on a lot of these as well. It is Turtles 51. It is the first appearance of Jenica. It was the retailer incentive edition as well. So these ones were a lot harder to come by. Okay, so what I'll show you on the images, guys, is actually pretty impressive with this. You probably won't see it from this book, but it adds such a really heavy spine dent. The corner had literally been crushed. So the fact they appear to have got rid of that whole damage, and I think when you look at the pictures that I'll put up in a minute, guys, you'll be pretty impressed with that one. Other than that, I think we may be quite impressed with this one, guys. It looks like they've done an absolute awesome job on that. And I think we could even be looking at high 9s. So when you see the damage, you'll see that it potentially was quite low in its grading. And this one looks like it's now kind of hit the mark. So I'm going to be really impressed with this one. I hope. Oh, jeez. I didn't expect a 9.8, even going on what I've just said. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome, guys. Like I said, you'll see the pictures of this, and you'll see the heavy damage that the corners were suffering, and they look like they've completely fixed it all. To the point I'd question if it was my book in the first place. But this looks absolutely spotless. It's such a difficult book to get hold of. To get hold of it in a 9.8 is even more difficult. To get a signed remark Kevin Eastman copy, even more difficult. Even so, that's gone from a relatively cheap pickup. 9.8s on this. You're probably looking in excess of 700. They've done a fantastic job, and this is kind of what we talk about with James. James can perform this kind of magic on a book. when you've picked up a book and it's got slight damage, the amount of value someone like James can add to your book is why he's got such a long queue at the moment. So I'd also always recommend, if you are thinking about getting a decent book done, do send it off to James in advance. Even if that means your grading submission is going to take you a little bit longer, it's well worth doing. This has gone, guys, from probably, I don't know, that was a severe corner bash. I'd have put it in low nines at least, if not lower, because of the heavy damage to it. I'm sure there was a few other bits and pieces of it as well, but a 9.8 in that, guys, is absolutely wonderful. Let's have it in Friday's sale. So any of you Turtles fans that are out there that are looking for something a bit special, something a bit nice Kevin Eastman, first Jenica, retail incentive cover in a 9.8. Fantastic. Okay, that's pretty much, I've got nothing else to show you guys. I've got a big submission coming back. Hopefully that's going to be back with us. I think I quoted about the 14th of May. They suffered with the ice storms over in Texas a few weeks back. It kind of put them about 2 weeks behind. So we're expecting that the middle of May or even earlier. It is in its final stages. That could well be back any day. We keep looking out for the email notification that it's been shipped. So as soon as it ships, we'll have it in a few days after that anyway. So that'll give us probably another 30, 40 books for our next live sale as well. Hopefully this one will be just as popular. And then we can do another live sale at the end of May as well for you guys. We've got another submission that's just been received by CBCS. We have got that one on a fast pass though. As a lot of you are aware, we've now started adding fast pass to every single submission that we do. So we'll have that one back within the 6-week turnaround. They are hitting their promised turnaround at the moment. So we're expecting that one back in 6 weeks. We've got the one that's just going to be leaving us this week. And then obviously we'll also have Maze that we're going to get ready and set up for you guys as well. So lots going on with CBCS. Great time to try them with 1 or 2 comics and just see what you think. The feel of the cases. Most people think the feel of the cases is excellent. The quality is perfect. So it's just worth trying. Even if it's a low value book, you want to just compare the cases. It's worth doing it. Now CGC are putting their prices up again. Now they're still struggling with issues with quality control. Maybe it's worth giving someone else a little try and see what you think. But by all means, you can give me a shout about that one, guys. One thing I will note, before we do the live, it's worth being in the live as well, guys. We're about to hit 600 members now. At the last live sale, we just about hit 500 members for the last live sale that we did. So we've jumped up another 100 members. So we might do something as a live giveaway for you guys. Not too sure how we're going to do it yet, but anyone that's on the show on the night, we'll maybe do a live giveaway for our 600 members. If we can get those last few in, I think we're about 4 members short. If we can get those last 4 in before the show, we'll do a live giveaway and give you guys some way of claiming that. So it's there for you guys. So make sure you tune in if you are free. If you want to just jump in for a little bit of a chat, you've got no intention of buying any comics, that's also cool with us. You know, not everybody involved has to be buying. If you've got nothing to do on your Friday night, just jump in. I'd say for 5. It's one of my typical 5-minute things. It's going to last probably about 3 hours if the last one was anything to go by. We kept rolling as long as we could. I've got a new phone ready to go with 5G, so we shouldn't have any issues with the delays, with the lag on the internet. We're not going to use that at all. But it also means I can plug my phone in, so that phone's going to run all night long if you guys want it. If you guys are happy to keep looking at comics and keep buying, we'll go even longer if we need to. So get your vodka ready. I'll get mine ready, and hopefully we'll see you all Friday night. Take care, guys.